Hey guys, I wanted to give you a quick update regarding Don Lemon. Check this out.
Who were both greatly lamented ex-CNN anchors. In fact, we shared an office. You took my old office. I feel like we've got a lot in history together. Your reaction to Charlie Kirk's murder has stirred up a lot of anger on people on the right, particularly the clip we just heard where you talk about them not really caring about what happened to him and just reacting for clicks, crying for clicks, and so on. Do you not think that what you said there was insensitive?
No, I don't. I'm surprised because I was actually taking up for Charlie Kirk. I make up my mind and I decide on issues based on what I believe in and based on facts.
Do you agree?
But I don't believe in canceling people.
Right.
I think there's a lot of cancellation going on the right now, and I'm not comfortable with it.
Do you feel?
I wasn't comfortable with it on the left either.
Right. Do you feel you were a victim of cancel culture at CNN?
Probably. I don't think. I look at everything as an opportunity.
I'm going to skip this part. Hold on.
I'm sure.
We don't
like arguing like this. I'm not going to get into an argument with you. Piers, I think that's completely disingenuous. And I think anyone watching that.
What are you talking about?
And so if you will allow me, please.
What
please
are you talking about?
Okay. Did you invite me here to interrupt me, or are you going to let me?
I think you're being a complete dick, if I'm honest with you.
Okay.
I do.
Well, that's very kind and respectful of you.
It wasn't intended to be kind or respectful.
I could respond in kind.
You can say what you like about me.
I think that I'm above that. I'm not going to do that, Piers.
People are getting fed up, guys. We're fed up with the hateful rhetoric. We're calling you out. You're all going to get called out on it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. Let me do this.
What are you going to do? Read out my team's messages to you?
It should be embarrassing. Yeah, I can read out the team messages to you because I just think it's completely unfair, and you know that. I'm prepared to answer your question, and then I'm going to move on. I told you I'm prepared to talk about Charlie Kirk's death, the response to it, and cancel culture, and freedom of the press, so freedom of speech.
You weren't prepared to talk about cancel culture, or you were?
No. I'm not prepared
to talk
about cancel culture, but that has. Oh my God, Piers, could you stop interrupting me?
Not really. You're kind of exhausting me. It's ridiculous.
Why
would you react this way? To a perfectly normal. Obviously, if you mention cancel culture, obviously it's rational and logical. I would ask you whether you felt what happened to you at CNN was that I play the clip and then you throw it.
I've given you a moment. Enough. I've given you your moment.
I don't want a moment.
Go viral. So
I don't want a moment.
Yes, you do. Otherwise, you wouldn't do this. Otherwise, you would be a respectful journalist and host.
Respectful journalist. What does he know about being a respectful journalist?
Oh my gosh, Piers.
I won't.
I can't even hear because there's a delay and you keep talking. And what do you want me to do? Like rip the earpiece out of the mic and run off so you have?
No, I don't care.
Yeah, answer the question. Are you just gonna keep pillaring me with questions?
Then I would have an easy title.
Get the right care right away.
Skylar, and this is. I don't know why you've gone on this weird rant. I don't understand any of it. Why have you done this weird reaction? I simply asked you about whether you felt your departure from CNN was, in your eyes, an example of cancel culture. I played the clip, and I then said, when you watch it back, do you really understand what you were saying?
This is why I don't do this, but you're embarrassing yourself, Piers.
Actually, you might be embarrassing yourself,
Oh my God. Okay.
Don't take the Lord's name in vain.
Have you thought of that? Okay. You're a journalist. You don't want to talk about a story, a massive story that involved you?
Piers, can we move on? You can let me answer the question, and then we can talk about the things that you invited me on.
Why didn't you just answer the question to start with?
Because we've gotten so far away from what you wanted me to answer that we're off into La La Land. So let me say something about that. The clip that you played had nothing to do with me leaving CNN, okay? And unless you know.
But why did you leave CNN? Nobody knows why you left CNN. It wasn't because you shamed rape victims on TV, saying that they wanted it. Why'd you get fired?
I asked you when you watched the clip back, if you could explain what was going through your mind, that's all.
Thank you.
And that was the clip where he said that a woman in her 50s is past her prime. He said it to two older women. Well, one was in her 40s. His co-hosts.
What I was speaking for there is how society treats women. And someone like Nikki Haley should know if women
Oh,
have been
how
discriminated
society
against
treats
for
women? How about how
centuries, she should
journalists
be more careful
treat women
than to say something
who are
that
victims of
discriminates
rape?
against older people. That's it. That is not the reason that I was let go from CNN.
What was the
So,
reason?
again, unless you know something,
You believe that.
then go ahead.
Well,
and tell
as
me,
you
but
know, it
that's
was
not-
widely reported that was. So
That's not what I know.
so what was the reason?
Don't believe everything you read.
What was the reason?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Also, might be the reason.
No.
But it all happened after that incident. You know that.
Yeah. Well, Piers, everything happens after something. I don't understand what your point is.
Well, the point
My point is,
you just said that wasn't the reason why you got.
But he
fired.
says he doesn't know. Contradicted himself.
If you say it had nothing to do with that, then it'll raise the obvious question.
I don't think it's newsworthy, Piers. That was 3 years ago.
It's fun to talk about.
That's It's not newsworthy. That news means something that's new. This isn't new.
Right.
That was 3 years ago. That's
Okay,
been
it's
all
the first-
litigated.
it's
If
the
you want
first
to find
time
out about it, you are free to be able to read the interviews that I read. You're free to read the statement that perhaps your folks should pull up the statement when I left CNN, and that can explain to you what happened. So this is nothing new.
You
It's
just
all
told me you've no
water under the
idea
bridge.
why
I
you were
have
let
moved
go.
on. I'm doing something completely different, and so that's that.
Can you
You
get
just said
fired
no
like that
idea
without a
why
reason?
they
I don't
let
know.
you.
What statement?
Yeah, I did.
So how do you know it wasn't to do with the clip we just played?
I just said that. I just answered your question.
No, you didn't.
What else do you want to talk about?
What do you want to talk about, Don?
The subjects that you invited me on to discuss, Piers.
I thought that included free speech and everything around that.
I know you're loving this viral moment. I just think that
I
you're
don't think
embarrassing yourself in
you
this
understand
moment,
what me
go
at
on.
all. I don't got nothing against you at all. Never have had. I was
Piers,
perfectly.
you think I don't understand you? Piers, I worked with you for years. I know more about you probably than most people who are watching this program and a lot of the people who are working with you.
Right. Why would I?
worked with your staff. I inherited your staff at CNN. I know way more about you than I would care to know. I know way more about how you do business and how you approach
What was that?
journalism.
Somewhat threatening,
than
I think.
care to know. I've not
What's he
been on anyone
insinuating?
else's show. I don't want to be on anybody's show. I don't want to do panel shows. I don't want to argue with people about things that are inconsequential. What we should be talking about right now is how to keep what happened to Charlie Kirk from happening to anybody else. That's where the conversation should be.
Oh, like he
But
cares.
instead, you're trying to
He's
get
walking
around
around the
it,
streets
trying to make
race-baiting
some news
people,
out of something
saying,
that
how do
go
you feel
ahead.
about Charlie Kirk
You're fine.
assassination?
We
And
should
when
be
they feel
discussing
bad about it,
something
he
that
says,
is
really?
related to the American
Because he was
people.
anti-women.
This
He
is
was
something that
anti-African-American.
going into the garbage and trying to find something that will, give you a moment or that you will, get a click out of it or more viewers for your program.
You sound very bitter, Don.
Piers, are you kidding me?
No.
He looks a little different too, doesn't he? He's like 5 shades darker.
It's
very strange.
You lied to me about what you wanted to discuss.
I've never talked to you about this interview at all.
You don't have conversations with your producers? So your producers lied to me, or you're not that
You've
involved
omitted.
in.
You've
maybe
omitted
you're not
one
that-
of the subjects we
You're
wanted
not
to
that
talk to you
involved.
about.
You're not that
We
involved
wanted to
in the
talk to you.
editorial process of
We
your own
wanted to
show,
talk to you
where they don't convey to you
by your own
what
admission.
what you are.
You know what, Don?
The guest
You know what, Don?
is going. What the guest is going to talk about.
You know what, Don?
On the
You
program?
obviously
Are
expected
you
some-
not that involved
Oh.
in the editorial process of
You-
your own
Quiet.
show. You know that, Piers?
Already admitted that one of the subjects was free speech, and yet here you are getting enraged about me exercising my right to free speech to ask you a few questions.
Piers, I'm not enraged. I'm not enraged at all. I'm glad you got this moment. This is a moment for me as well. That's going to play out on social media. It's going to be good for me too. So go for it.
What moment do you think we've got?
Yeah. Okay, hold on.
That he got you. You got me, Piers.
Come on.
Come on, I don't know what you mean.
Come on. Let's do something that's more productive than this.
Well,
Adults here, Piers. Come on.
honestly, when you do this, when you say that I'm into journalism, and you do this, or like it's not journalism, you've taken a big high moral ground
Piers,
about.
you-
Hang on.
Oh,
I'll ask you a
quiet.
question. Okay. And finally, Don, we started this, just to be fair. You said you don't like the way that the MAGA crowd have reacted to Charlie Kirk because they're doing it just for clicks and stuff about somebody's death.
Yep.
And yet,
Some of them. Not. I said some of them.
Okay.
I said some of them, not all of them.
Which ones in particular are you thinking of?
Well, if you go back and watch the Don Lemon show on YouTube, or if you
Yeah,
watch
nobody
Don
wants to do
Lemon's
that.
social media,
No,
you will
nobody
find
wants to
I
do that
mention
either.
certain people, and you can find it there.
Oh,
So you
sure we
object
can.
to clickbaity headlines about people and death.
Mm-hmm.
Do I?
Ah!
Clickbaiting headlines about people and death.
Not necessarily. I think that's part of our culture. I think it's part.
I gotta watch that again. Hold on. That was great.
And you can find it there.
So you object to clickbaity headlines about people and death.
Do I object to what?
Clickbaiting headlines about people and death.
Not necessarily. I think that's part of our culture. I think it's part of our culture, and I think it's
Is it something you ever do?
byproduct of. It is a byproduct, please, of our siloed media, and I think people perhaps sometimes do it to get attention, whether it's right or whether it's wrong. But sometimes people do it to break through, whether that's right or wrong. It's just simply what it is.
Sure,
As a matter
but
of fact.
do you ever do it?
I don't think I do it to any more so than anyone else. I
Oh,
don't do it any more so
wow.
than Piers Morgan show or any other show that is based
Wow.
on YouTube. I think
I'm only curious
and
because 2 weeks
YouTube will
ago,
tell you, you
2
have
weeks
to do
ago you
something.
had a
They'll tell you
headline.
that you have to do something
Well,
that
2 weeks ago,
I'm not done talking yet, Piers. I'm not done talking.
Oh
yet, Piers.
my gosh.
I'd say sometimes you have to do things to get people's attention so that they can click on something and to see if it is important or not, and they can make up their own decision about if they want to continue on with the
Got
content.
it. I got it.
So-
That's the whole point of clickbait. Yeah. You had 2 weeks ago. Hot takes. Could Donald Trump be dying?
Yeah, a lot of folks did. I think you probably did a show on that as well.
No, I didn't.
And because people were asking, if you look at even in some of the mainstream media, people were asking.
You like
Donald
CNN?
Trump's administration was not transparent about how sick he was during COVID. And so what leads people to believe that Donald Trump's administration is going to be transparent about what's happening with him now? Right.
You know what?
Gaslighting.
He wasn't
Biden.
Of their president.
He wasn't dying. You knew he wasn't dying. He's obviously not dying, and you were doing it for clickbait, which is a very
I
thing you
didn't say
accuse
he was dying.
everybody
I said,
else of
could
doing.
Donald Trump be dying because people are asking if he's dying? That's
Got
it.
it. Got it.
I don't see that there's anything wrong with that.
Oh, Don Lemon.
Thank you very much.
He's unbelievable, right? That was great. I hope you enjoyed it.
Oh, that was so good. I did not.